Another component we need to explore is the directory blocks and the individual directory entries. A directory block is simply a 256-byte record which is structured to hold the individual entries for the members. The first 2 bytes are used to indicate how much space is used by entries, followed by the entries themselves. The remainder would simply be unused space and available to take new members. In addition, member names are ordered alphabetically, so if a new member is added, it may result in having to shift names over to accommodate the new entry. There is no way to increase the size of a directory once the dataset has been defined. If you run out of directory space, you must create a new library with a larger number of directory blocks and copy your existing members into it. As a rough guideline, you can assume that each directory block has enough space to define 5 members. So if you were creating a PDS to hold 50 members, then you should assign a minimum of 10 directory blocks to it. Individual directory entries are variable in length and contain the member name and the pointer to where it is located within the library, and an indicator that contains optional information. The specific details of all the definitions are beyond the scope of this class, but each directory entry has room to include up to 62 bytes of optional user data. In this screen capture, we can see the list of all the directory entries for the dataset gatom2.jcl.control. Information such as the size, creation date, change date, and user ID are all part of the optional data that can be recorded. In this case, ISPF keeps statistics for datasets that we edit and records these statistics in the optional area of the directory entry. If we take a look at the datasets again, coming from the dataset list utility, when I hit enter and I get the list of all the datasets that we have defined here, basically what we're looking at then is that we have the full list of datasets. We can select them, we can perform various actions against them. Everything from deleting them, renaming them, and performing other utility type functions. Now, according to this, when I come down here, if I hit the slash, I would get a pop-up window indicating all of the different actions that I can perform against this particular data set. And you can see that we can edit, we can browse, we can delete. You can see option 12 here indicates we can compress the data set. And this is the kind of function that we're taking a look at when we're looking at the kind of things that we can do in order to be able to manage these particular type of data sets. When I take a look at this particular data set, one of the options that I have available, of course, is that I can compress this particular data set. So again, I can browse this, I can see that I have 19 members in here, and we don't know anything about how much dead space there may be. So what I can do is I can select all of the options, type in a 12, and in this case you can see what we're going to do is that we've got our message indicating that the compress was successful. So as you can see, even with just 19 members in it, it's a very quick process that takes place here.